Hey guys, today we're going to be working on an all-in-one that I found on Marketplace. I found it for cheap. The thing is, it's missing the RAM and it's missing the hard drive. I don't know how it looks inside, so that's going to be brand new to me. So what we're going to do is see in what condition it's in. We're going to put two memory modules in it. I'm hoping to install 16 gigs and a 256 gig SSD, and we'll see the performance. We're also going to be installing Windows 11. So let's see if we can turn this Facebook marketplace find into something that we can actually use. This is the computer that we're going to be working on. I set up a towel on the desk. That way we can put it face down. This one, it seems is pretty easy. We're just going to take the support out, and there's a couple hinges on the corners, and that will help us to take off the cover, and we'll be able to see how it looks inside. So let's get to it. Just a little note, there's these little knobs on the corners. Make sure that they are unlocked. Otherwise, it's not gonna be possible to take off the cover. So if you have a similar desktop computer, make sure, well, an all-in-one computer, make sure that you check the tabs before you attempt to take the cover off. Otherwise, you're gonna end up breaking it. Well, let's get to it. Let's see how it goes. This is how it looks on the inside. Like I said, just with a pry tool, with a little pry tool, like you remove you press on the tabs and the cover will come right off. Uh, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it was gonna be. There's these two covers that we're gonna have to remove, this one and this one, and we're gonna try to take off the heatsink so we can apply some new thermal paste. So let me see if I can take this one real quick, since I'm only working with one hand. And yep, there's where the memory modules are gonna go. And we press here. I'm gonna need both hands for this. There we go. Okay, there's the caddy for the hard drive, and there's the actual heatsink that we're gonna remove. So let me get on that. And since we're gonna apply some new thermal paste, uh, let me see. I think I have it around here. This is the thermal paste that we're gonna be working with. So let me take off the heatsink, and we'll see how bad it looks. All right, after taking off a couple of screws, we could have we took off like the heatsink, and as you guys can see, the thermal paste on it is really crusty. So what we're gonna do is take a cotton swab with some isopropyl alcohol, and we're gonna clean the whole area out on both surfaces, on the processor and on the heatsink. The fan, I already cleaned it out a little bit. I'm gonna blow it off a little bit more, and we'll put everything back together. We're gonna get the RAM sticks and the SSD installed. Alright, now that we pasted our processor, we installed our RAM, we have our SSD ready to go. It's just a matter of putting the heatsink back together and putting the back together, and that's it. We're gonna give it a test run, and we're gonna install Windows 11. Okay, now that we have it assembled, it's time for the first run. I already have my memory stick on the USB port, because we're gonna try to install Windows onto it. There we go. And I had to press F12 since that's the button for the boot menu. And we're gonna choose that we want to boot from our USB drive since our SSD is totally empty. So there we go. We choose to boot from our USB, and in a little bit we should see the Windows installer pop up, and we're gonna go through the installation phase of it, and hopefully we can give this computer some use. Like I said, I like to do this type of projects because otherwise these type of devices can end up in a landfill, which they can be totally upgraded and they can become usable for someone that can use it for like schoolwork, for work related purposes, even a little bit of light gaming. So if you have a computer laying around, bring some new life into it. You never know. So there we go. Now that it's loading, the Windows installer should pop up and we're gonna go through the installation process. There we go. And we're gonna choose install Windows 11. We agree to the terms of service. There we go. And we're gonna put that we don't have a key for the moment. In this case, we're gonna use Windows 11 Home. There we go. Accept. Please wait. And it should be able to find our SSD, which is this one. So we're gonna go to next. And all right, it's giving us the choices that we pick. We're gonna do an installation and we're gonna keep nothing. Since it's a new draft, it doesn't matter anyways. So it's gonna take a while. I'll get back with you guys when it's almost done. Okay, the computer is done with the first phase. It restarted. It's part of the installation process. It's gonna install the drivers that it needs for the first boot up. So far so good. No issues whatsoever. Hopefully this will go as smooth as it is right now. And there it is. It's installing the drivers. And I do have a lot of work left over. We have a couple computers over there that we need to refurbish. For that project, they're Dell computers, and ever since and when I refurbish a computer, when it comes to laptops, I like to have them with a brand new battery because I don't know how degraded the old battery is. And those ones in the bottom, the black ones, are gonna go up for sale on Facebook Marketplace when we're done with them. So if you need a computer that is reliable, and as you guys can see, I have a brand new RAM sticks also for them because they only come with 4 gigs. We're gonna install 8 gigs on both of them. So like I said, if you need a computer, hopefully they'll be in Facebook Marketplace in a couple of days. And that MacBook is also gonna go up for sale, but I'm waiting on the new battery for it. So until then, we're gonna hold on to it. But yeah, let's get back to the one that we're working with, and it's already at 42%. It shouldn't take that long. So like I said, this desktop computer is gonna be great for schoolwork, for work-related applications, and I don't know, maybe a little bit of editing. And like I said, if you have a chance to find a good computer for the right price, it is worth it to upgrade it. But first of all, if it is used, take it to someone that knows a little bit about computers so they can see if it needs some maintenance work done to them. Because there's a lot of pretty good computers out there that people sometimes throw out. But yeah, I haven't mentioned this in any other of my videos, but I'm gonna start working on computers on my days off, which are Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So if you do have some issues with some of your computers, desktops, laptops, or gaming devices, I'm gonna be posting a number for that, so you can reach out. Maybe I can help you out. And also people that are interested in learning or just want to do this, as a hobby or maybe even a side hustle. I want to start a group where we can share like kind of like our knowledge. We can share programs or just, just to conversate. Maybe you have something that's bugging you, like work related, with an issue with a computer or something. And I want to create a community where we can help each other out, basically. People don't notice, but this market is way big. Like, there's more than enough to go around. The main issue now with technology is that we're throwing everything out. You know, we're like filling out landfills, and there's people that, that they need tech, but sometimes it's way too expensive. But yeah, that's why sometimes I tell them, like, if you see a good deal, meaning that it's not that expensive, but it's gonna give you your money's worth, go for it. I don't have internet right now, so we're gonna put our name in there. So I'm gonna write it down. Okay, since I'm doing it with one hand. There we go. Next. I'm not gonna need any password since I'm gonna be the one using it for a little bit. And there we go. Just a moment. Hi. And see, with a little bit of patience, everything that I needed, I I ordered off of Amazon. So like the RAM sticks and the SSD, got here in a couple days. Um, since I have a regular job, I can only do this, like I said, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But yeah, and plus, I enjoy doing this type of work. I did it back when I was in Mexico, you know. So for me to like do it again, like it's fun. It's just fun. And plus, the more you practice something, the more you get into it. And basically when you enjoy what you do, like it isn't a job basically. My main goal for the future, if it happens at all, I want to be able to refurbish computers and even donate some of them for low income families. Because like I said, technology nowadays, is basically everywhere. And I want it to be reachable to everybody. There it is. We got our system installed. First of all, let's see if it's reading both sticks, like both RAM sticks. Let's check that out real quick. Show more options, properties. All right, there they are. 16 gigs of RAM. Not too shabby. And let's go back. All right, cool. Let's take this one off since we don't need it anymore. There we go. There's our 500 gig SSD. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna install all the apps that I used on the daily. So we'll see like the boot times and everything else. So let me install everything real quick and I'll get back to you guys. Okay guys, now that we have everything installed, let's see the boot times and let's see how long it takes for it to load to the desktop. Alright, already pushed the power button. It should be popping up right now. There we go. Like I said, I'm happy with this computer. For what it's worth, it performs well for what I use it for. And also, I wasn't I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it is. There we go, almost 30 seconds. There we go, 35 seconds, not too bad. Also, I had to install a couple of updates for Windows 11, but as you guys can see, I have everything installed. I'm happy with this computer and how it turned out. If you guys have any computer troubles, please do let me know. I'll be posting my new phone number on the video. And like I said, we have a couple more projects on the works, so stay tuned. See you guys.